So these are the Viberg 310s, if it wasn't obvious from the video description, title, etc. This particular pair is what they're calling Antique Phoenix. There you go. I have the Tobacco Phoenix. You may have seen my other video. I'll link it in the description if you haven't. But I bought those, when was that? Earlier this year. But probably around, I don't know, March-ish, I think. They were early 2023 release, I think, or late 2022, whatever. They're more of a red rust kind of color. This is definitely like a deep brown, but I kind of feel like this almost has some of the, not the same, but the whites, brown dress, they call it. It definitely seems like it's a T-core style leather. You can see here. I mean, this does have a lining. You got to be careful with that, but it's definitely not struck all the way through. This is a little annoying. I don't know how well this is going to show up. Let me see if I can put this light and get a better angle, but maybe it's hard to see. But there you go. Do you see those scratches? They kind of scratched up the toe a little bit. Not that bad, but you know, you'd think they wouldn't scratch at all for $800. That's kind of ridiculous. It's just this boot. Reminds me of whites, but whites really scratch the hell out of it. There's, I don't know if you guys can see that right here. There's a bunch of little scratches there and some right there too. I'll probably put a little Venetian shoe cream or something and hopefully that goes away, but I'm not gonna put anything yet. One other thing, if you see, you can really see the toe elastic or whatever, a toe puff. I think they use leather supposedly in Viberg. It's kind of a little lame. You can't see it on my other pairs, so I don't know if they're lasting it tighter or what. It's not the end of the world. I mean, it still looks nice. It's just, you know, you can really see that little lump. That's not the best. And then, you know, I'm gonna super nitpick when you pay this kind of money, but you know, they left a little stitch there. They didn't pull it through the bottom or something. A little bit of glue here and there. This one has more little, get the light right. See these little marks here. And this is what I really decided to make this video. I probably would have done an unboxing. I mean, I did my little short if you watch that, but oh, here, loose thread. So everyone says, you know, Viberg is the top of the line. I mentioned that in one of my other video. You know, it's the best, but they still have loose threads just like everybody else. This leather though surprised me. So I was like inspecting this and saw the little scratch right there, And I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then I pressed the leather to like check the pull-up, and then look at this. This is really wild. Let me see if I gotta get this on the camera right. Watch this. It's almost like it definitely has pull-up, but it's almost like cracking. Look, not cracking, but you know what I mean. The grain really comes out. These are probably gonna have a, I don't wanna say the word, that P word, but it's overused. But I think these are gonna really look nice with some wear over time. They're definitely going to show, I think, more, probably because they're darker, more of the wear than the Tobacco Phoenix is a really nice color. I love them, but they're more a lighter color to begin with, I guess. It's like a red brown, more of a reddish, like I said, rust. And these being darker, I think it's really going to show more. Came with the usual stuff, you know, you get these are really good laces. These are, I've heard other people say these are probably the best cotton laces you can get if you like this smaller width. I still think some of the best cotton laces were what Wolverine 1000 Mile had, but you can't even, usually I'll buy them from Wolverine.com. I don't think you can get them anymore. Last time I checked, like a few years ago, you couldn't. But they're a lot wider, like twice the width, like twice the width. But these are just super premium. So these are awesome. I need to buy more, but I was so impulsed to buy this. Not impulse, but I didn't get the email. I didn't receive the email until hours later, and I was worried they're gonna sell out. Sure enough, after I bought these, as soon as I checked out and paid, I went back to the site and this size 10.5 was gone. So they really were like the last ones. And then you get a typical rawhide. There's nothing special. These aren't really any better than Nicks or anything. They're shorter. Maybe a little more uniform. Some of the Nicks ones really vary in thickness, and then they stretch. All of them stretch. I'm gonna actually use these though. I ran my Tobacco Phoenix with the rawhide for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, you can see these really stretched out too. So I guess they're just as kind of crap as the Nix ones. I'm gonna use these just initially. Yeah, look at this. This is so thin. I hate that about rawhide laces. Like this is gonna break. But I'm gonna use these because they're already kind of broken in on these. I just feel like the dark brown, the rawhide might look better than these. And I want to just give it one more chance. I will just switch back to these if I don't like it. But unlike my other two, which are lighter colors, this is just super dark. And I feel like it's too monotone-ish, even though it's not a monotone boot with the natural side, edge dressing or whatever. But I think the light color of the inner part, you know what I mean? It's just that contrast. It kind of feels like this would make more sense. So I'll run these until they potentially rip, and then I might have to throw these in. But I have other better ones. Guarded Goods, I think, has some of the better ones. Same old deal. Get the Viberg, plastic that supposedly isn't plastic and will, disintegrate in water. But I'm keeping them for whatever because the boots cost so much. And then here's the other one. Let me move this guy back here. Pretty good finishing. I did take the brush to kind of just double check that there wasn't some crap on them or glue residue, but this leather is interesting. It's going to look a lot better in the sunlight. I looked at it in the house. It's dark, we're already almost in winter here, being tomorrow's November 1st, and in the dark light they kind of look kind of bland, but I think with the good light they'll look better. This is kind of lame. Look at this. For 800 bucks. Let me see if I can get this to focus close. Look at this. There's a huge gap right there. What the hell? Like, I don't know. You're paying a hype tax for these things. Still stand by my stance on the other. I don't know, my first pair had more issues. And then you know what, looking at this now, I feel like one of the toes is more, maybe it's really slight. I was almost going to say it looks like it's more tightly pulled, making the toe puff look more obvious. Maybe this one definitely seems like it's more obvious. It's like not how well is that coming out? This one seems more significant, but you can definitely still see it. A little lame. Nice leather though. The finishing is just questionable for what you pay. I think with this heel though, probably be okay because you're putting weight on it maybe. That is ridiculous. Come on guys. High-end $800 boot. Look at that gap. That was okay for them, huh? And then they had glue residue. This has that really cool, damn, come on camera, focus. This has I think the gloss is kind of throwing the camera for a loop. This dark brown, I think is pretty neat. I remember when I got my other pair, it said dark brown in the description on the site. I thought it was wrong because it looks black in the pictures, and my English tan Dublin are black day nights, but these two are definitely a dark brown. It's kind of neat. Similar, the really tight, whatever, high SPI. I don't really know if it actually serves a purpose other than it looks fancy. It's kind of a flex, but I'm not sure it's more durable or anything than just like the normal stitch, but definitely looks neat. Looks kind of cooler than what you normally see, but I have no problems with like what you see on Nix and Whites. I'm wearing my Prospectors right now. Oh. Here, let's do this better. Get it to focus. The lower SPI there versus this. But yeah, don't have much to say. Just kind of unbox them. I'm gonna lace them up, put them on, and might have another video or comments. I'd love that. Gotta love this. That super slight Woodsman logger heel. That's cool. Makes me almost think I should swap to. Not swap, but try a pair of Nix with my moderate, but instead of doing a moderate dogger, do a moderate logger or Woodsman. They do a little more significant than this, but just to change it up. I love the dogger look. But yeah, here they are. Not perfect, but they charge you a fortune, don't they? It's not too bad though, but yeah, that's kind of weird. The scratching, I think, is what pisses me off the most. But again, hopefully with wear, especially when you see that kind of the pull-up cracking lightens, maybe this won't even be obvious, and then probably Venetian would fix that, and then the really tight toe puff or whatever, it's a little bit funky. Hopefully they fit like the other pair though, and you know, I'm still happy with them. I love the 310. Not only is the style really I love the whole sprung toe and the swing of it, but I actually think they're probably the most comfortable boot last for my foot because they just have like infinite toe splay room. It's like it's a good fit, and Viberg has the good fit back here where the boot holds you securely. The heel's nice and good firm. This last is really dialed in there, but then my little toe's not really being smashed. Like, I don't know, I guess there's varying degrees of smashed. My 67s, it's like it pushes a little bit, but it doesn't hurt, and I kind of don't really feel it, whereas that H&W was just mushing my toe. These, it's like it touches my little toe on my right foot, but it's not pressing, it doesn't hurt, like it's nothing at all, it's just like I can feel it. And then the big toe is like touching this side, but again, it's not pushing. It's just like, and I can completely, I feel like I can splay out my toes in there. Definitely move up and down. Is more, basically it's more toe room than even the 67. So, oh, and you get this little thing. You guys saw this in the other video. You get a little picture talking about stitch down construction. The light's too bright to get this close, and then product care. A couple little pages of, I guess it's telling you what, I don't know, this isn't even like specific to this Phoenix leather though. This is just saying wax side, cordovan, full grain, smooth grain. Just kind of generic stuff, but anyway guys, later.